We're joined now by the Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Qatar, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani. It is his first interview since Qatar helped broker this hostage deal between Hamas and Israel. Qatar has also facilitated getting Americans stuck in Gaza out of the region. Good morning to you, sir.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Margaret.
Sheikh, the White House told us that at least one American is expected to be released by Hamas today. You've seen the list of hostages. Will we see 4-year-old Abigail Adon released today? And are you confident this exchange will happen?
Well, so far things are moving in the right direction. We've been working very closely with the U.S. government, with the White House, of course, and we are hoping that we will see the release happening shortly. And within the list, they include Abigail, the young girl, 4 years old.
Will we see more Americans released soon?
Well, we are hopeful, actually. There are still some names which are supposed to be on the first group. Until now, we didn't get the confirmation yet. But, you know, we are working on a daily basis and making sure that every day we have the list of the next day. So we are hopeful that to have a confirmation of, you know, a proof of life for them, and hopefully the release at the end of the agreement. As I mentioned, things are happening on a daily basis, and we are focused on today's operation, and hopefully that will happen very shortly from now.
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, I understand a Qatari delegation visited Israel yesterday and Gaza today. Do you expect that this 4-day truce will be extended? And if so, for how long?
Well, actually, we are hopeful. According to the agreement that being agreed upon in the last few days for this 4 days pause, the agreement has a provision that if Hamas will be able to to locate and secure some of the hostages that are within the criteria of the first group, which is women and children, then it will be extended, depends on the number that they will have. This is something we cannot confirm yet until we get to the 4th day. Then Hamas should present the list if they are available with them. Our delegation who have reached to Israel and to Gaza, they are totally two separate delegations. Gaza delegation is focused on ensuring that humanitarian aid are sufficient, that they are going, the humanitarian aid that's going in Gaza, and it's a pure humanitarian mission.
Do you know where Yahya Sinwar, the Hamas commander believed to have planned these attacks, is right now?
Well, I don't think that this information is available with anyone except, you know, the people who are close to him. And this is an information really that doesn't relate much to what we are doing right now and on the ongoing negotiations. Our communication throughout the years that we had with Hamas has been very exclusive to the political wing and the political representatives in the office here in Doha, and that's it. And we don't deal directly with or never have any dealing with the military wing.
Mm-hmm. Well, Qatar is home to the very large U.S. military base. Qatar is a major non-NATO U.S. ally, but in this country, a number of Republican lawmakers in particular have publicly called for your country to hand over those Hamas political leaders. What is the future? Will they remain in Qatar?
Margaret, our relation with the U.S. is a very solid relationship and alliance that been established throughout the decades. We've been working together very closely in ensuring peace and stability in the region. And in several occasions, Qatar has been always stepping up to this partnership. And if you recall, Afghanistan, and currently right now, we've been working very closely with the White House, with the CIA and State Department to ensure that this deal is happening. The President of the United States is in constant contact with His Highness the Emir and I've been in constant communication with our colleagues in the White House, CIA, and State Department as well. There is a relation that's based on trust, based on mutual interest of both countries. This office, when it's established in coordination with the U.S. to establish the communication with Hamas, and it's been always useful not only for the U.S., but for the U.S., Israel, and for the stability of the region. And as long as this is something useful, and also, right now we are in the middle of the negotiation, we will always keep the communication open with everyone.
Do you see an opportunity in this short truce to have some kind of diplomatic agreement to end the conflict? And will Qatar play a role in the future of Gaza?
Well, our relationship, Margaret, is with the Palestinian people, with the Palestinian cause. Our support for the Palestinian people has been ongoing for decades, and this is what Qatar stood for. Whoever is governing the Palestinians, it's their choice, and I believe that our focus right now is how to end this war, how to ensure that this is not repeated. And the only way to ensure that this is not repeated is to resolve it peacefully, to have a political solution, and provide the Palestinian people with a political horizon for a state. And then the day after, and who will govern Gaza? Gaza and the West Bank should be one unit, one country, under one leadership that will be chosen by the Palestinian people.
Prime Minister, I appreciate your time in the middle of this intense diplomacy. We will be watching and hoping for progress.
Thank you very much, Margaret, for having me.